Dear students, you are welcome to Zoology department for this academic year. So, the first semester includes the topic Zoology of the subject Zoology, paper 1, and that is called the non-chordata. That is called the non-chordata. So here, this non-chordata, zoology. What is the zoology? Zoology, this term is derived from Greek. This term is derived from Greek, and this Greek terminology, zoo means actually, what is means by zoo? Animals. Zoo means animals, and logy means, you know very well, logy means study. So, zoology is a branch of biology which deals with the study of animals. So, you remember here, the zoology, as I told, this paper this year you have got the non-chordata. Non-chordata means the invertebrates. Most of the animals belong to that invertebrates. And before going to that, so just the zoology you told that the living things, actually animals means living things. So how do you make out the living things or non-living things? It is, you can say that the non-living things. There are two terms, one is non-living things and the living things. And suppose to be, if we have been asked which is the living, suppose this is the chalk. If you have been asked what is this, whether it is the living and the non-living things, and immediately you are able to say that this is the non-living things. How do you say? What are the reason? What is the cause for to say this is the non-living? Because the living things, they have got certain characters, and these are called the fundamental characters. The living things have got fundamental characters, and these in which there are the three. First one is growth, you can say. I am not going to give the details, growth, and second one is reproduction. And third one is transmission of genetic characters. Transmission of genetic characters from generation to generation. So these are the three fundamental properties of living things. And apart from these, you may say that they may have what the response, stimuli, physiological activities, respiration, like that way, respiration, or the movement. All these are the secondary. But remember, these are the three fundamental properties. And the growth means, you remember here, any living organism. When it attains a certain age or stage, means it shows the development. And as a result of development, it attains a certain age or the stage, then it has to undergo reproduction. Every animal, either it may be, you take the virus, including the virus also, bacteria, small microorganism, plants, animals, almost all them, when the development takes place, and that should be undergo the next process, they call the reproduction. Reproduction means nothing but it is any animal or the plant, it is able to reproduce of offspring of its own kind, and that is called the reproduction. So the reproduction means when the young one or the adult one able to produce the young ones, and the young ones have got the similar characters, either genetically or the morphologically similar characters. These similar characters transmit to the adult to young ones by means of the transmission of genetic characters. Genetically inheritance of the genetic characters carried generation to the generation. So on this basis, the living things are able to say or differentiate from non-living things. In case of the non-living things, there is no development, growth, reproduction, transmission of genetic characters. All these are the absent in case of the non-living things. You remember. With reference to this, again you may come across the term, the existence of life. Living means nothing but the existence of life, you can say. Existence of life. I am not going to give much more detail about the existence of life. Suppose to be, if you have been asked, just you can say this is the One is, you can say, what is this? This is the bird, you can say. This is the bird, you can say, here you can say. And suppose to be, you can say, this bird is, how do you say that, which is the first? You may say that the bird is developed by means of the egg, you can say. Am I right? Egg. And suppose to be, if you have been asked the egg, which is the first, you are able to see that again the bird. So the egg laid by the bird and bird developed from the egg. So if you ask which is the first one, how does existence of bird on this planet of the earth, we are not able to get the answer for that. But there is the scientific point of view, or can say there are so many theories put forth, and a billion years back there are the chemical combination, fermentation, the action reaction, all this took place on this planet, and ultimately the small young one, the protobiont will be evolved on this earth, and that is called the cell, and this cell undergoes multicellular, and so next multicellular develops into the larger, the big animal of the planet. So later we can discuss once again that the existence of life. But here we remember the life, when you come across the term life, living creatures or the almost all type of the plants and the animals exerted, or can say exist on this planet, and collectively called as biodiversity. What is the biodiversity? Biodiversity means variety, that is called the variety or variability of life on this earth, you can say, on this earth. So biodiversity means variety or variability, various types of the plants and the animals scattered, or you can say they found on this earth, you can say. So this is called the biodiversity, means the microorganism, you can say, microorganism, plants and animals. So all variety of microorganisms, different types of microorganisms, different types of plants, small, big, like that way. In case of the animals also, vertebrate, invertebrate, unicellular, multicellular, all these are you are able to see on this planet. So you can say the variety or the variability of life on this earth is said to be the biodiversity. So this biodiversity has been studied under different stages or the different steps. One, you can say that is species biodiversity. That's called the species biodiversity. And second one is, you can say, genetical or the genetic biodiversity. And third one is, that is ecosystem biodiversity. And again, that is the fourth, functional biodiversity. And so on, like this way. So species biodiversity, the first, you can say, that is species means different of the animals, you can say, or the plants, and that come under the species. And the variety of species, different types of the, or a large number of variety of the species found on this planet or this earth. So that was the species diversity. And what is the genetic diversity? Means all animals or the planets or microorganisms, they are not similar. If they are able to see similar type, but genetically they are different. So that the differentiation of genetic characters, or the genetically they are different. A large number there also. You can say that the genetic biodiversity. And these species or the genus or the different of the animals, plants are able to see in different areas, in the different areas of this planet. And that is called the ecosystem. So you might be knowing that the ecosystem, there are the different types of the ecosystem. One is, you can say that the land ecosystem or the terrestrial, marine, or you can say the forest ecosystem. So like that way, means the different area or the different place the animals are seen, or can say they are occupied, they are prefer to live in a particular area, and that is called the ecosystem. That is the environmental. They are living on in the environment. Different varieties of the environmental sectors, you can say. And the functional biodiversity. What is the functional biodiversity here? Functional biodiversity means, so all you can say the different types of the animals, they shows different types of the function, mode of living, living style, all those things are come under that. So that is the functional biodiversity. With reference to this biodiversity, so we shall come across what is the species here, you can say. What is the species? How do we define the species? Species means it is a basic unit, small unit. That is the species. It is a basic unit of living animals or the living organism or classification. Basic unit of classification. Better to say that the classification. Or in other term, it has been defined as. It is a group of genetically similar. Species means it is a group of genetically similar individual in which interbreed among themselves to produce fertile young ones. So this is, or you can say here, you can say that is, this is classification of, or the basic unit of classification. In simple terms, you can say the species means, species is a basic unit of classification, or scientifically if you define that, it is a group of individuals, or you can say the living things, group of genetically similar individual which interbreed among themselves to produce fertile young ones. What is the species? It is a group of genetically similar individual which interbreed among themselves to produce fertile young ones. So this is called the species. And the next one more term we come across, that is genus. What is the genus here? Genus means it is taxonomic category, or you can say taxonomic category containing single species or a group of species. Either it be monophyletic or polyphyletic, like that. So you can say it is, in simple term you can say genus is a taxonomic category containing, that means group of species, or actually you can say genetically similar species, the different types of the species grouped together and come under this one, and that was the genus. So you can say that the generic also, you can say generic.